What's up, guys? I'm Joe Drake here with the fabulous, the beautiful Cynthia Bailey.
Hi.
Here after the explosive Real Housewives of Atlanta
Bombs were going off.
finale on Sunday night. But first, let's cheers. You made it through another season.
I know. I need to open this up.
You gotta open it up. Cheers. It's as delicious as it looked on the finale.
Yes. Less drama.
Less drama, a little bit more party in your Peach Bellini signature cocktail.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Well, first of all, it drops April 1st.
April 1st.
In stores
and it's
everywhere.
not an April Fool's Day.
And
it's out.
It really does drop, not April Fool's Day. And I'm so excited about it. This partnership with Seagram's is amazing. It's a win-win because I love a good cocktail.
That's right.
And they know how to make a good cocktail.
It's actually delicious.
It
and
is
I'm not
good.
just saying
I told
that.
you guys saw everyone was turning up with my peach Bellinis
There were
last
empty
night.
bottles.
There was empty bottles.
All right, let's get right into it.
All right, let's do it.
There was some drama on
There was some
Sunday
drama.
night
Yes.
between you and Miss Nene Leakes.
Yes.
This is a bunch of bullshit that Cynthia's doing, considering she had every opportunity to tell me. She didn't tell me because she did not want me to know.
What's going on? Is it just the fact that Kenya showed up, or is there baggage we don't know about that maybe will be talked about on the reunion?
You know what? I initially thought it was just the fact that she showed up
Right.
and Nene didn't know she was coming.
Right.
And this is where, I kind of get into it at the reunion, and I kind of had to explain a little bit. Well, I tried to explain to her, but she really wasn't trying to hear it.
Yeah.
Long and short, I invited Kenya to my event. I invited all my friends and family
Right.
to my event to lift me up.
As you have the right to do.
As I have the right to. With that said, Kenya told me she wasn't coming. Basically,
did?
Yeah, she didn't want to come because we were filming and blah, blah, blah. She wasn't on season 11. You know how it is. It's
Right.
like, she's like, no. And then she was like almost 8 months pregnant. Feet was swelling up. She was like, you know what? I can't do it. You
She
guys
had
are
every
filming.
excuse not to come.
And I was like, hectic. My man was in town. I was like, okay, fine. Look, I just went to your baby shower. I always want to support you.
Right.
I wanted to give you an opportunity to support me. I get it. Boom. Never thought anything else about it. And then, but the other thing, but what I did think about was, okay, it's sad that I actually had to almost have a sigh of relief that she kind of wasn't coming, because then I have to go explain to Miss Leakes
Right.
that Kenya's coming, and I hope everything's gonna be cool with you guys,
Right.
whatever, which is so ridiculous at this point, but I actually thought about that.
Right.
And when she said she wasn't coming, I was like, great, I don't even have to bring it up. So I never did. So I
Perfect.
never said anything to Nene one way or the other.
Okay.
And then Kenya walked in the door with Kenya.
And then Kenya walked into the
And
door.
that's when everything went to pieces.
Do you understand why Nene would be upset, or did you come from the perspective of, this is my launch party, it's an event space, it's not my home,
Right.
You know,
it's not some intimate gathering.
you're allowed to invite who you want to invite.
Absolutely.
Nene maybe should have taken the high road and said, I get that why Kenya's showing up to support Cynthia.
Right. I do it all the time for
Yeah,
her events.
right.
I don't get along with everyone that she
Right.
invites to hers. You know what? I didn't mind. I didn't really have a real issue telling Nene if Kenya was coming, if she was coming.
Right.
I didn't feel like I had to, but I didn't have a problem doing that.
Of course.
But I thought it was absolutely ridiculous for me to call and tell Nene that I invited Kenya and she's not coming.
Yeah, that's just
So
bringing
at
it up
that
for no
point,
reason.
when she walked through the door, that's when you just, focus on keeping the peace and like, look, we're
Right.
at Cynthia's event. We're not going to make this uncomfortable
Yeah.
for anyone here.
Right.
Like,
And
we're going
you
to
have
have
other
fun.
things on
And
your
then
mind.
we can go have a peach Bellini the next day, girl. You can say, hey, I didn't know Kenya was coming, da-da-da. And then at that point, I could say, you know what? I invited her. She said she wasn't coming. She ended
Right.
up coming, blah, blah, blah. We we talk it out, and it's
Yeah.
not that serious of a deal.
Of course.
It's not that big of a deal.
Well, Nene turned it into a serious deal because they extended that finale 15 minutes
Yes.
so we could watch you guys hash it out the next day. And from what I saw, unless I was, having a moment, you apologized. You went outside.
Profusely.
You asked her to look in your eyes. You apologized profusely.
I will do anything for you.
I get it.
You know I will. I am sorry. Can you forgive me? I am sorry.
Yes.
I should have told you. And I will be neutral.
I don't want to feel like I'm losing a friend.
I know.
Every day that I'm going through, I just don't want to feel that way. Don't make me feel like
I'm
that.
not. It will not happen again. I'm here for you.
I hope that Cynthia and I are in a good place and our friendship is as tight as I think it is, but she's just made me see her in a different light.
It seemed like everything.
I thought we were good.
I was like, oh, that's the end of the show,
I-
and they're good.
well, so I thought.
So what
And
happened?
That was filmed in October?
Okay.
I thought we were good. We've hung out a gazillion times since that scene was filmed, and it was only after we actually saw the episode that you guys saw. We saw it like maybe, well, we had to see it before the reunion.
Right.
So we could
Oh,
know
I
what
see.
to talk about. It was only after we both saw that episode where all of a sudden it was like everything like,
Back to square one.
yeah, all hell broke loose.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about your conversation with Nene at the reunion?
I can tell you that at the reunion, I was prepared to own my part in Kenya being there. Like, not that it, again, was a big deal to me, but just really tell her how it all went down.
Right.
Again.
Again. Right.
The second time, because I thought we had squashed this.
Right.
But apparently it had a rebirth.
Right.
So I was prepared to say, hey, look, I get it. And then it looked really crazy with all the stuff, like the mic stuff, like with me being on mic, off mic, and it really, I could see how last night it looked.
It kind of got convoluted.
Yeah, I could see how it can look a certain way, but even then, I can explain that too, if you want to hear it. She, you guys have to watch the reunion, but I'll just say, there's no surprise she didn't really want to hear my explanation, and I'm at a point now where I'm like, well, I don't need to keep trying to beat a dead horse.
No, not at all. Do you feel like the other ladies came to your defense, or did it stick between you and Nene?
Well, that situation was really just between Nene and I.
Right.
And, Kenya's not on the show this season, so it was just really our thing. But I will say, I was a little concerned when I saw that episode. Not only was I thinking about Nene, I was like, oh my God, what are the other girls going to think? This is horrible. Like, they're going to think I'm this horrible person.
Right.
But, to my surprise, my kindness and my heart and my integrity has spoken for itself over the years.
Absolutely.
And people literally looked at it, how I behave, and just what my heart is like and how she behaves, and just decided, you know what, even if this did happen at this point, like, they know my spirit. I'm not like a villain. I have no reason to be like, I've supported this lady all season long, even more so because of the cancer battle that Greg is having. Like, I was literally like, I'm here for you in every way. Like, what do you need? So
she wouldn't even let you give Greg the shout out at your party, which I thought was really rude.
Well, that was pretty embarrassing.
And
Where's Greg, please? Greg has not. Greg, come here, baby. Come here. I want you to come, Greg, please.
No, honey, we're fine.
that was a nice gesture on your part.
Yeah, I was so happy that he was able to come out and even come. I didn't even expect Greg to come because he hadn't been feeling well. So anyway, so long and short, I think at the end of the day, your spirit speaks for itself. And to my surprise, the ladies, I don't feel like they held it against me.
Good.
Because they, what do I have to gain? What is my motive?
No.
What do I have to gain by
Seriously, right. There's
loving
nothing...
and supporting this woman all season long and deciding at the 9th hour to betray her in some big horrible way,
Right.
which was not even
And
like...
at the end of the day,
I
like
think
we
betray
said,
is kind of a strong
you
word.
You
so.
apologized profusely.
And I meant it, and I was sincere.
Yeah.
And if you watch this show, there's no way you can look at that scene and be like, no, I don't think Cynthia really means this apology.
No, I
like,
thought it was so
like,
sincere.
Well, it didn't work because
It didn't work.
we get into it at the reunion.
Well, it seems like she also gets into it with some other ladies. We saw last Friday the text exchange between Nene and Portia.
Yeah, that got ugly.
That got ugly. She's since deleted it. But
She shouldn't have did it in the first place.
Yeah.
It was just uncalled for.
And I thought
and
they were
inappropriate for someone who just had a baby like 6-7 days ago.
Right.
So.
How did they fare at the reunion? I know Nene wasn't at the gender reveal on Sunday night.
No. How did they fare? Well, I don't want to get too much away. Let's just say they definitely...
There's going to be some things we need to watch.
They had some conversations.
And Portia was still pregnant at the time of the reunion.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
Interesting. Whew.
Yeah.
This is just...
Yeah, it's I love the reunions. I know it
I do
sounds
too.
crazy, but for
do.
me, I'm a closure girl. Like, we can go back and forth about this nonsense.
Right.
But at the same time, at some point, I don't want to be sitting around mad at nobody for years
No.
and years. If we're not going to be friends, that's fine. But I'm never the kind of person that is never too big to apologize if I'm wrong, or I'm not, I'm a rational person. I'm fine with like, hey, can we talk this out?
Right.
If we need to, even if I don't owe you an apology, can we try to get past this?
Absolutely.
And I'm
or
never
even agree to disagree if that's
agree
what
to
it
disagree.
is.
Thank you very much.
You know?
But more than anything, and this is what bothers me with my friendship with Nene, which is why I just feel like at this point it's just not even healthy for me. if you and I are friends and we decide we're not going to be friends anymore, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
I'm not going to bash you. I'm not going
No.
to take to social media and be like, oh, he was a horrible friend anyway, and he's weak, he's this, he's that. I'm not going to do any of those things.
Right.
And unfortunately, these are the things that she feels that she needs to do. And I feel like people that love you, people that were like truly friends to you, someone that you thought was one of your best friends,
Yep.
to turn on you to that degree, to take it and bash you after, how good of a friend, how true of a friend were they in the first
know,
place? And those are the
right.
things that I have to question when people ask me, oh, do you think you guys can be friends again? Whatever, whatever. I never say never. But I can tell you this, I don't want anything unhealthy in my life at this point.
Of course.
I just turned 52
No.
years old. I am in love. I am happy. My kid's
As
great.
you should be, right.
Like, I want good friends that love me and support me. And if we do have a problem, if we do bump heads, let's talk it out. Let's hug it out. And if you just don't want to be friends with me anymore, that's fine. But
That's
girl,
fine.
leave me alone. You don't have to go and get your trolls to come after me on social
No.
media. The CBs don't bother you, honey.
They don't.
The CBs will leave you alone.
That's right.
Because that's not what I do, and it's just not who I am. I'm not
Right.
interested in tearing other women down.
No, and you're happy. Let's talk about you being in
I
love.
am.
What's going on with Mr. Mike Hill?
Mr. Mike Hill
Is there a
doing
congratulations
good.
in order
Not
or
yet,
not
not
yet?
Not yet. You know, here's the thing. Mike's 48. I'm 52.
Okay.
I've been married. He's been married. He has kids. I have kids. There's no rush to the altar.
Right.
We are very happy, very much in love. Would I love to marry Mike Hill one day? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I got to wait for the man to ask me in his time.
Yeah, so that
and in God's
proposal we
time.
saw on Sunday.
Can we get married next year?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Somebody.
I'm not playing.
Somebody.
I'm never been so
I mean, you're the
sure
one who
in my
said you would never get married. I mean, I know I said it, but I changed my mind. Is he serious right now?
At the gender reveal, that was sort of like a little drunken proposal.
Well,
that
you know, we were turning up. I mean, he does want to marry me,
Yeah.
and I do believe in my heart that we will get married. But,
Right.
you know, we're going to do it when we're ready to do it.
Definitely.
You know,
I like you guys together.
I like
You're
us
very
together as
cute.
well.
Yeah.
You know, Mike has definitely been a blessing to my life.
Oh, good.
After my divorce, I didn't really know. Well, I mean, I was hopeful that I would meet someone again, but I never thought I'd fall in love again. And there's a difference with that.
Yeah.
And I love this man.
So you have fallen in love again.
I have. I'm very
so
much in love with
nice.
Mike, and you know, I mean, sky's the limit for me.
Definitely. I love that he brought the whole family
Yes,
to the
he
Peach
did.
Bellini party.
He did.
It wasn't just mom, it wasn't just his aunt, it was
No,
cousin
they
this,
supported,
cousin
hey.
I was like, Cynthia's still hugging people. And it still says
And
Mike's
I wouldn't
family.
have had it any other way. They came, they supported, but you know, like I said, he supports everything I do. You know, I have a great relationship with his mom, who lives in Atlanta.
Oh, nice.
His brother lives in Atlanta. Crazy thing is, a lot of his family lives in Atlanta. So,
wow.
you know, when he comes to visit me, he gets to see his family.
Oh,
and,
good.
you know, I spend a lot of time out in LA. So it works for us.
All right. Speaking of supporting you, I want to know, did he support you in Candy's show?
Ooh.
You know?
Yeah, that was.
What do you think about that?
was-
Cynthia, I was surprised.
What were you surprised about?
I don't know, I was just like, you were feeling yourself,
Well,
which I thought was great.
You know what? The reason that I wanted to be a part of Candy's show
Mm-hmm.
is because, you know, I'm very, very proud of my age. And
Right.
I definitely own my age. And I think that a lot of people look at, you know, 50 and, you know, 50s and up as being old. And
Right.
it's not.
It's not.
It's not. You know, I am redefining what 50 is. I
Good for
feel
you.
better and sexier than ever.
Yeah.
And I wanted to inspire my older folks out there,
That's
50s and
right.
up girls, that hey, you know what? You know, you can never be too old to still, you know, own your sexuality and be
Right.
fun
No,
and
good for
sexy
you.
and throw an old piece of lingerie every now and then.
Absolutely. Isn't that the point of growing up? To be independent
Yes,
and own your
absolutely.
sexuality.
And then getting back to Mike, you know, he didn't encourage me to be a part of the Sex Dungeon event. And I think, you know, there were parts of it that made him uncomfortable, but I'll just say he was a good sport about it.
yeah, I bet. I mean, you looked fine, as always.
Thank you.
But it said that you declined Candy's invitation to do the tour. You
I
said
did.
thanks, but no thanks.
You know what? For me, like it's almost like this bucket list in my brain that I'm still doing. It was something that I wanted to do. Was kind of a one-off.
Yeah.
I think that women owning their sexuality is very powerful, and I'm a
Right.
very powerful woman. I love embodying anything that like makes women feel good
Of
and
course.
sexy. But I don't know if Mama Bailey needs to take it on tour.
One and done.
I'm gonna let Candy and her folks handle that.
So how did you think the new ladies fared this season? Eva, Shamari.
You know what? I didn't really get to work with Shamari at all, really one-on-one.
Yeah,
so I really
okay.
didn't get to know Shamari that well. But I mean, I think she's a nice lady,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Eva, on the other hand, I feel like, you know, we definitely have a lot in common because of our modeling backgrounds,
Right,
you know,
alright.
and all that good stuff. You know, she's like, you know, sunflower vibes, and I'm like love and light vibes.
Yeah.
So I feel like Eva and I definitely, you know, have a connection and have a lot in common. And
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, you know, getting to know, you know, her better, absolutely.
Why do we feel like everyone was piling on Eva for her financial
Oh, right.
issues?
Yeah, I thought that was disgusting.
Yeah, a
because
little
I went through that.
disrespectful.
Peter and I went through that
Yeah.
when we first got married and when we were getting married, and we really struggled financially. I mean, the difference between us and, you know, the way they kind of dealt with it is, you know, we were like, look, we were just very transparent about the whole thing. We
Right.
were like, you know, in a terrible place financially, and we just told the world we were. You know, I was very open and honest with the girls about my
Right.
situation, and they still, you know, I still got some hate from some of the girls. They still kind of made me feel bad about, basically, you know, not having the money that
Yeah.
we needed to have at that time. But, you know, hey, people go, I mean, I'm around people that have a lot of money, and
Right.
they have money and then they go in debt, they go bankrupt, and then they
Right.
get money again. It's not, you know, it's something that people can relate to.
And it's extremely personal.
It's very
and should,
personal.
And should
well, I
be
don't think it
only-
should be made fun of in
Not
any
at
way or
all.
looked down upon, because, hey, you know, the Lord giveth, honey, and the Lord can
Taketh
taketh
away.
So you should be
Absolutely.
humble and grateful for
Right.
everything that you have.
Speaking of being humble and grateful, you're
Yes,
so
I mean,
humble and grateful.
you.
Congratulations on Seagram's Peach Bellinis, the Cynthia Bailey cocktail.
Yes, in stores everywhere, April 1st. You guys
April
have
1st.
to go and grab my peach bellinis.
We will.
Only thing is, sorry guys, they don't come with me or the drama, but
Oh,
enjoy.
they don't. But we can stock up for or for the reunion.
But you can stock up. You can
Sundays
stock up,
at 8 on Bravo.
and you can watch the reunion while
That's
drinking
right.
your peach bellinis.
And I will be drinking these all summer because they really are delicious. Cheers,
Thank
Cynthia.
you,
Thank you
cheers.
for coming
Thank
by.
you.